Bring in Representative Adam Schiff. He is a Democrat from California, and he is a member of the Intelligence Committee. Congressman Schiff, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the message here. I mean, what do you think ISIS is telling America by beheading James Foley, announcing, showing the execution as they did, and furthermore, saying that the life of now American Steven Sotloff depends on President Obama?
Well, they're attempting to use this horrible image of this beheading to terrorize people in the United States to try to, I guess, intimidate the White House, which it won't succeed in doing. On the one hand, I think they've got conflicting objectives. They want to stop the air bombardment, which has been the first thing that really set them back. They are in retreat as a result of our air campaign and the combination of Kurdish and Iraqi special forces. So on the one hand, they want to stop that. On the other hand, they conversely want to pull us in. Part of what al-Qaeda did before them and part of what ISIL wants to do is draw America into the fight with them. That aggrandizes them. So I think the president has to be very cautious in reacting to this. I don't think it's going to change the administration's game plan. We're still going to be strategic about where we apply force, and I think we really need to be.
You point out the U.S. won't be intimidated. That the former head of the CIA did this interview this morning, and he said three little words: mark the date. He said, mark the date, as if perhaps changes are coming. Take a listen.
I think what the ISIS is trying to do here, Nora, is intimidate the United States into backing off of the attacks that we've done the last several weeks. And I think our response should be, and our response will be, to not do that. In fact, we should pick up the pace here. The definition of terrorism, Nora, is political violence, violence for political effect. So we should mark this date down because this is ISIS's first terrorist attack against the United States.
Congressman Schiff, I know you say the president has to be cautious, but let me just ask you specifically, what should the U.S. response be? Should it be retaliation? We know the U.S. is already bombing ISIS in Iraq. Do you think the U.S. should be bombing ISIS in Syria?
Well, I don't think we should go to bombing ISIS in Syria over the killing of this journalist. There may be strategic reasons down the road why select targets are necessary to hit. I don't think we're there yet. Syria and Iraq are two very different circumstances. Well, right now we have a government that we can work with in Iraq. We have a Kurdish military that we can help support. We don't have those elements in Syria, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But there may be a fighting that goes on near the Syrian-Iraq border. The military equation may change in Syria, where airstrikes are either necessary or desirable. But I don't think we're there yet, and I think the president is going to have to resist, and I think he is, to become fully entangled in the civil war in Syria and in the conflict in Iraq. We need to play a supportive role, and I think, Brooke, we also have to understand that regardless of what we do, whether we strike in the air now or we don't, ISIL has made it clear they want to attack us and attack us in the homeland. So that's regardless of whether we go after them from the air, and that can't be a deterrent whatsoever.
Right, which is frightening in and of itself. Talked to a terrorist analyst who's been talking about that, specifically targeting the West, targeting Europe, and perhaps closer to all of us. Congressman Adam Schiff, thank you so much for your time today on CNN. We really appreciate it. And just